Welcome back, everybody, to the Success Shift, where here we cultivate entrepreneurial confidence. I'm Corbett Erickson, your host, and today we're doing things a little different. Normally, I have on the show a special guest where we talk about their journey through entrepreneurship and their success path, and maybe some things that they have learned along the way to help you form your journey to success with entrepreneurship. But today, we're going to be doing things a little different. I'm actually going to be solo today, and I'm going to be talking to you about how I've learned to control my focus. In the next 15 minutes, I'm going to be sharing with you the things I've learned with my certification as a practitioner through neuro-linguistic programming, otherwise known as NLP. Some of you may have heard of NLP, and for some of you, this may be the first time. And so if you're wondering what NLP is, or neuro-linguistic programming, we're going to have to talk about that another time, because today we're going to be diving into the RAS. So what is the RAS? What is the RAS? The RAS, also known as Reticular Activating System, is like the VIP room in our mind. Picture this. If you could see yourself in a club and you can hear the crowd and hear how loud the music is, and when you look over to the left, you see this VIP room, and you're wondering, what is it like in that VIP room? I can't tell what they actually do in that room, right? And so you want to get a little closer to it. And so you walk a little closer and you walk a little closer. Well, that VIP room, as you get closer to that VIP room, that is your reticular activating system. And so in this club, there's 2 million people in this club, right? I want you to picture just 2 million people in the club. How loud is that club? That is a very loud club. And when you're walking through, you're just squeezing by everybody. There's hardly any room because there's 2 million people in this club. And so you're like, I want to get to that VIP room. That VIP room hosts 126 people. There's a little bit more clear picture in that VIP room. People have a little bit more room to think. They have a little more room to talk. They have a little more room to focus. And they can hear clearly. Well, our RAS is the VIP room. And so every second, we have 2 million bits of information coming through our senses and into our mind. And only 126 bits of information can be held in our reticular activating system. And so every second, there is about 16,000 different piles of opportunities of what could create your reality. And so think about that. 16,000 different piles of 126 bits of information that you could flip through to change your reality. And that's not even including switching some piles up. That is just talking about the piles themselves. Again, that 126 bits, that's what goes into your VIP room. That's what goes into your RAS. And that 126 bits, that gets pulled from the 2 million. And so when you are the ringleader of the club and you're in that VIP room and you get to dictate who comes in and who goes out, you can only have 126 people in that VIP room at one time. And so if you bring one person in or you bring one bit in, you have to push one out. And so naturally what happens is we are bringing the 126 bits of information that we believe as evidence to be true about our beliefs. And so this 126 bits is all the evidence you believe to be true. And so let's think about that for 1 minute. All the evidence we believe to be true is held in this VIP room in our head known as the RAS. And so if you search for clues on how you're successful, you're going to find those clues through the 2 million bits. And so let's reference that to our club. If you're in the VIP room and you want to bring a positive person to the club or into the VIP room, you could say, hey, let's bring the positive person in here. And it's going to push the negative person out. Because again, there could only be 126 people in that room. And so if one comes in, one must go out. One comes in, one must go out. To elaborate on that, it also goes in reverse. If you want to find all the evidence to be true on why you're having a bad day, you can pull all the people into that VIP room to show on why you're having a bad day. This is the power of what our RAS is. The RAS brings our most dominant thoughts into our conscious mind. And as they say, what you focus on is what's going to grow. And so if you have a focus on success, if you have a focus on your destiny, if you have a focus on your vision, that vision is going to grow, and all the evidence that we believe to be true, we're going to keep pulling into that VIP room. We're going to pull all the evidence and all the positive facts that shows that we are going to be successful and we have a vision for success. Because again, what you focus on will grow. And so purple elephant, purple elephant, purple elephant. Now you're starting to think about a purple elephant for a second, aren't you? That focus grows. I can't say purple elephant without you thinking about a purple elephant. That's the 126. Boom. So in 1 second, I said purple elephant, and immediately purple elephant went into your RAS to show the evidence to be true about a purple elephant. Have you ever actually seen a purple elephant? But now you see a purple elephant, right? That's the power of our RAS. It is our vision. It pulls in the evidence that we know to be true. And so when we start to realize how powerful our reticular activating system is, we want to be conscious about who we're allowing in the room. And so let me ask you, if you were the ringleader of the VIP room and you had 126 people in there, but there were 2 million in the club, and you wanted to have a good time, would you allow anybody in the VIP room that wasn't allowing you to have a good time? No, you wouldn't. And so if you're looking to have a good time, you're going to bring all the people into the VIP room. That's going to be evidence that you're having a good time. And so now as we know what the RAS system is, as we start to realize how powerful the RAS is, we can start to focus to grow. And so with how powerful the reticular activating system is, we want to truly focus and hone in on exactly what we want. And so what I want to do is I want to leave you guys with some extreme tangibles on how you could actually focus and how you can actually have control of your focus. And you can put your RAS to work in benefit of you. And so the first piece of information, the first thing I'm going to tell you guys to get your RAS in sync with your desires is your morning routine. Your morning routine is so powerful. And there are too many variations of a morning routine. And so that is not for me to decide on what your morning routine should be. Your morning routine for you needs to be wholesome for you. It needs to be congruent with you. It needs to line up with you. But your morning routine is so powerful. Because if we wake up each and every day, that is our chance to set the clock over and focus on a new day. And so that morning routine is an evidence procedure that you are on the path for your destination. Whether you meditate in the morning, whether you read in the morning, whether you work out in the morning, you have a combination of all three in the morning, the pieces do not matter. What matters is that you have a routine. Are you doing the same thing every single morning, or is your morning constantly different? Our morning can create our most congruent path to success. The second thing I'm going to leave you guys with is time to vision. And I know, you're like, vision? Of course. Like everyone says, you need to envision your imagination. You need to envision your future. I get that. I understand. But are you actually envisioning? Let's say that vision is to have a black Ferrari one day. Have you actually felt the steering wheel? Have you sat in the seat? Did you realize how it felt to put your hand on the paddle shifter? Could you see from a first position your hand on the steering wheel? What was the watch you were wearing? Was it a sunny day? Was it a cloudy day? Where are you driving that Ferrari? How does it sound? When I talk about envisioning and time to vision, I'm not talking about just think about the Ferrari, think about the house. I'm talking about put yourself in a position where you can actually feel yourself in the Ferrari. This is visioning. This is getting the RAS to work, to find a way for that Ferrari to be in your presence. And so when I say take time to vision, I mean take time to really put yourself in that position. Because our imagination cannot tell the difference of time. If we truly envision ourselves in that position, our imagination does not know the difference between reality and your imagination. This is why your dreams can seem so real, because our mind, our imagination, does not know the difference. And so taking time to imagine what you want, to envision your desires, and to put yourself in that position is going to allow your RAS to find all the evidence it knows to be true on how to obtain that Ferrari. And the second job of your RAS is to have a focus. And so if now you have a focus on how to obtain that black Ferrari, you're going to grow that focus so it can be true. The third piece of information I'm going to leave you with is taking time to have an intent for the day. Every single day, you need to have an intent. If we are waking up with no intent, we do not know if we succeeded at the end of the day on our path to success or on our path to obtain that Ferrari. So you see where I'm going with this? We have to have an intent. And so every single morning when you have your morning routine, what is your intent for the day? After my morning routine, I sit down and I look at my plan for the day and I set my intent, my most highest intent. This is my most highest intent for the day. Now that could be simply being focused on every task. That can be accomplishing a task. That can be closing a deal. That could be whatever your intent is. It does not matter. You need to have an intent. And because we have an intent, our unconscious mind keeps us steered on the path to obtain our intent. So if we focus on a morning routine, and we focus on time division, and we focus our intent, we can align our RAS to help us achieve our most highest desires and to control our focuses. I want to leave you guys with one more piece of information. When you have the time to vision and you envision yourself driving that Ferrari and you set focuses and intents to be able to obtain the Ferrari, have a little milestone so you know you're on your path. If I achieve X by X, I'll go rent a black Ferrari for the day. And so that way you can taste the vision. And now your RAS is even going to go to work harder to go find the evidence for that to become the reality. And so this subject can get so much deeper, guys. And I want to tell you all the information. And if you want to know more about the RAS, and if you want to know more about how to control your focus, you can reach out to me. You could drop a comment. You can reach out to me on Instagram at Colby Derrickson. I love talking about this, and I love helping you guys with this. And so this is a very deep subject. And so I thank you guys for tuning in today. I encourage you and I challenge you to control your focus. And so thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of The Success Shift, where we are cultivating your entrepreneurial confidence. Thank you guys for tuning in and have a great day.